Board of Public Works and Safety meeting is called to order with the agenda items present. This is January 22nd, 2020. Members present are Angela Hayes, Vice President, and Arlene Colvin, member. The first item on the agenda is approval of claims.
Good morning. First, I have a ratification of claims from January 17th for Fund 231, Local Road Streets, $1,386.93, and Fund 279, the Genesis Center Operating Fund of $3,801.90. The total claims to be ratified was $5,188.83. I make a motion to ratify the claims as submitted.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that the claims be ratified. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Correspondence and agreements.
No, I still have.
I'm sorry.
I was taking the claims individually.
Okay,
If
you
they-
did MVH, right?
I did the first ratification.
Okay.
Then I have ratification of payroll and the payroll withholdings. So the total payroll from January 17th was $1,636,196.80. And the payroll withholdings for that payroll were $206,267.43. I make a motion to ratify the payroll and the payroll withholdings as presented.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we ratify the payroll and the payroll withholdings.
Yes.
Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Next, I have approval of pension payroll and the pension payroll withholdings. Pension payroll will be paid on January 22nd. The fire pension payroll was $373,014.36. The police pension payroll was $377,114.58. The total pension payroll for the 22nd is $750,128.94. The related payroll withholdings for the pension is $10,483.03. I make a motion to approve the pension payroll and payroll withholdings.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the pension payroll and withholdings. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Lastly, I have claims to be approved for January 24th, and they are as follows. The general fund of $68,004.47. Fund 223 Comp Court of $400. Fund 232 Motor Vehicle Highway $668.05. Fund 240 Health and Human Services $447.30. Fund 254 the Vehicle Auction Fund of $423.74. Fund 261 Community Development $10,000. Fund 267 Fair Housing of $152.86. Fund 216 Marquette Park of $2,223.45. Fund 224 of the Ambulance Non-Reverting is $6,784.45. Fund 791 is our self-insurance of $18,711.33. Fund 816 is the lead grant of $2,915. And the last claim is Fund 855 for blood elimination of $10,000. Total claims to be paid this Friday of $120,730.65. I will make a motion then to approve the claims for this Friday as presented.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the claims. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item is correspondence and agreements.
Yes. I have a request from the Gary Common Council to seek board approval for purchase of new tablet devices for council members and staff from PMCM Tiger Direct Business. They have the QC40 attached. Their total is $9,981.10, and it's to cover 10 Microsoft Pro. It covers a touch mouse, 2 docking stations, and some hardware. Is that here? QC40 is here. I will make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the purchase of the electronic devices for the Common Council. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Next, I have a contract with Jerome Lynch. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed contract with the Jerome Lynch Photography LLC to provide professional headshots for members of the Gary Common Council. The term of the contract is January 2nd until February 29th, 2020. Contractor shall be paid an amount not to exceed $750.
That's a lot.
Well, there's 5 council people to take photographs of. The QC 12 and 40s are here, as well as the signatures of both the contractor and Council President Brown. So I'll make a motion then, I guess, to ratify this contract as presented.
Second. It's been moved and second that we ratify the contract with Jerome Lynch. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item is correspondence from Finance Department.
Yes, this is a contract for Nestle Ready and Refresh contract. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed attached contract for goods and services provided by Nestle Waters North America, Inc., for providing and servicing water and coffee, and this is not just for the Finance Department, but pretty much citywide. The contract is renewable and extension contract and needs in part to be ratified, dated back to November 1st, 2019, when the previous contract expired. Nestle Waters North America, Inc. has continued to provide services in the interim. The contract calls for the payment of amount not to exceed a total of $18,000 for a one-year contract. The QC 12 and 40 are attached. Nestle Ready. So the contractor is actually Nestle Waters, not Nestle Ready and Fresh, looks like. The term of the contract ends October 31st. The compensation is $18,000. And I believe it is signed. And it is signed. So I will make a motion then to ratify and approve the attached contract.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that the Nestle Ready and Refresh contract be ratified. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Correspondence from Health Department.
Yes, next I have a lease agreement between the Gary Neighborhood Services and the Northwest Indiana Health Department Cooperative Tobacco Prevention Program. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed lease agreement between the Northwest Indiana Health Department Cooperative and Gary Neighborhood Services. The lease is for a space on the main floor of the building located at 300 West 21st Avenue. Pursuant to the lease, the cooperative will pay $700 per month for 12 months, starting July 1st, 2019 until June 30th, 2020. The amount of the lease shall not exceed $8,400. QC 12 and 40 is here. It is signed by the members of the cooperative, but it is not signed by the landlord. So I'll make a motion to ratify and approve this contract contingent upon the landlord's signature.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we ratify this contract subject to signature by the landlord. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Correspondence from the Public Works Department.
Yes, I have a request for a detour from NIPSCO for the 2020 casing removals, 45th Avenue from Grant Street to Broadway. Request has been received to use 45th Avenue as a detour. NIPSCO will be removing pipeline casing on Cleveland Street near 58th Place. While the work is being performed, it is not within the city of Gary. NIPSCO has proposed using 45th Avenue as part of the detour route. The work is scheduled to perform from April 1st through April 17th. A traffic control and detour plan have been provided and found to be acceptable. If the board approves, we recommend granting NIPSCO a permit to use 45th Avenue from Grant Street to Broadway as a detour route. And it has the attached form, should be signed and returned to NIPSCO. I'll make a motion then to approve the request for the detour.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the request for the detour. Any discussion?
Questions? Our engineer is here. I just wondered what kind of effect this was going to have for traffic patterns currently in the city, and if that will affect anything else that police, fire need to take care of.
I always make sure that police and fire are aware of these things when they happen, so they, can plan ahead. But I don't think that, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I don't think that Cleveland Street has all that much traffic to create any problems, with the city.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Or?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, I have a request for the use of right-of-way for beach access at 9429 Lakeshore Drive. A request has been received to use the unimproved Lakeshore Drive right-of-way to construct a walkway for beach access. This is, please see the attached memo from the Law Department. Based on the attached memo, I have no engineering-related objections to using the public right-of-way as described. If the board approves, plans for the walkway should be submitted, reviewed, and approved by the building department prior to construction. And this is a request from Anthony Hill, who is a totally disabled Gulf War veteran. His home is located along the lakefront. Because of his disability, he's asking for permit to install a temporary stairway that will give access to the lakefront. Attached to is Mr. Hill's military information. And then there's a picture here of the lakefront and the access he's requesting. I'll make a motion to approve the request of right-of-way.
Subject to his plans being approved by the building department prior.
Well,
prior to construction.
yeah, and I had another question regarding that as well, too. Should more than just the building department review his plans? Is there some type of environmental concerns that we should be concerned about?
Residents.
Yes.
There is a push, by the Miller residents and the Save the Dunes people to keep everybody using the common paths. This would allow this gentleman to basically have his own path to the beach. The walkway actually will help, because then he's not walking on sand, which damages the roots of the grasses. I guess from an engineering standpoint, it's better than nothing. But I think the real push for this is because he is disabled. Using the common access might not be, possible for him. I guess that it's more of a legal issue than a engineering issue.
We probably need to change these first. We might need some more.
That's what I was thinking too. Okay, so I'm going to make a motion then to defer the request of the right-of-way for the beach access until we gather some more information.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Correspondence from the Department of Community Development.
Yes, I have a request to approve a CDBG agreement with the Gary Division of Redevelopment Demolition Program. Attached, please find the Community Development Block Grant Agreement funding the following program at the indicated amount. $377,345. Funds will be used to continue blight removal across the city of Gary through demolition and clearance of approximately 30 unsafe structures. The contracted services to begin, it says July 1, 2019 and end on June 30th, 2020. And this is who's the contract for? The contract.
It's a contract between community development and redevelopment.
And redevelopment, okay, the payment, and one thing I will make a motion then to ratify and approve the demolition contract as presented.
Second. It's been moved and second that we approve the CDBG agreement between the Division of Redevelopment and the Division of Community Development for demolition program dollars from CDBG.
Yes.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to add item 12 for CDBG. And this is the contract that was deferred last week for the attorney for that department, Inga Lewis Shannon, in the amount of $36,000.
Give her a key.
Oh, I'll second your motion. Sorry.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the contract with attorney Lewis Shannon. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business?
No.
This one. Okay, new business.
I have none.
Are there any public comments? I'll take you first.
Oh, okay, yeah, the first item I want to bring up is this Nestle Ready Refresh contract. Last year it was only about $10,000, that particular contract, and $18,000 for just water. And the only place I have seen so far is that the mayor's office, and I think someplace upstairs that's been getting coffee. But $18,000, it's really time to rebid that particular contract. I know it's quite a few people out there that's doing water and coffee, but we've been sticking with the same company for at least 8 or 9 years since I've been here. So it's really time to rebid that particular contract. And let me see, as far as this beach contract, it's a little bit too easy to be getting ADA access here in the city of Gary. Even though all the handicap parking signs and the handicap parking, we never ask the residents what do they want. This particular item, dealing with the beach is pretty controversial. I think they need to, get some input on the residents that live in this particular area, because if you give it to one, everybody's going to come back and say, you gave it to him, so give it to me also. Thank you.
Mr. McKay?
Good morning, Board. My name's Jim Nowacki. I live in the 2nd District. And there are actually 2 items that I'd like to discuss. One item is on the agenda, the other is not. One of the most successful techniques for having a sign or a message on a sign notice is to misspell a word. In other words, there's many times where someone will deliberately make an error in a sign because they know that everybody will notice the error and pay more attention to the sign. With that in mind, I would bring to the board's attention that the electronic sign on Broadway in front of City Hall has an error. When they spelt reimagine, they hyphenated the word. And reimagine or reimagining should not be hyphenated. So I would hope that the IT department, unless they're looking to get unwarranted attention to that sign, they should correct that hyphenation. The other is the request for the public right-of-way for beach access. We spent $28 million redoing Marquette Park, and to this day, after $28 million, we do not have an ADA appropriate and ADA compliant beach access point for the entire beach. Now, I do not support giving out right-of-ways across the public, request for access across the public right-of-way for individual citizens. However, the board should take very seriously that there is a need for more than simply a sign. In other words, if you go to Marquette Park, you will find signs at Marquette Park that say accessible entrance. but when you look at it, it's just a sand over a dune with no actual hard surface that would be suitable for someone who may be assisted with a cane or in a wheelchair, or maybe even simply unable to traverse the sand for other reasons. In other words, a person may just be a little unstable and would require a solid surface. So, while I would not suggest that individual citizens should have individual access to the beach, the board should take very seriously that we are not complying with ADA requirements for any point, not a single point, at the $28 million renovated Marquette Park program. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I didn't.
I'll-
Motion to adjourn?
Yes. Second motion. Thank you, motion. We are adjourned.
Now, let's all go get coffee.
Go in the Gary's room, there's
Just let me
coffee.
give you a bill.